Hello, I am Scarlette Johannes, and I go to Rossman Elementary, and I am in 5th grade. I want to do my history fair project on the history of the Wisconsin Capitol. So let's take a tour and learn some new facts about the Capitol. This was the first Capitol built in 1837, but they had to destroy it and make a new one because it was too small and it was made out of wood. The second one was built in 1868 and it burnt down in 1904. Now the funny thing is, it got burnt down 5 weeks after they got rid of the fire insurance, and the lake was almost frozen. So by the time that they got the water from the lake, it was already frozen, so they couldn't get rid of the water. They couldn't get rid of the fire either. But all the college students went in and tried to save the library and got as many books as they possibly could. And then the third building was made in 1906, which is the one that is here today. The Capitol was built in between two lakes called Minota and Medota. That's called an isthmus. It's pretty cool, right? Did you know that the Capitol is 286 feet and 5 inches tall? And in Madison, you can't make a building taller than the Capitol, so it's the tallest building in Madison. Wow, that's high. So in this picture, it shows the inner dome of the Capitol and the outer dome. So the outer dome is just basically when you look outside, that's the part that you see. But inside, this little part, that's where you see like the people at the top of the roof and things like that. The Capitol sits on an isthmus, and it's shaped like a compass. So we have the north, the east, the south, and the west gallery, or they call it a wing. This exhibit is to honor our veterans, and it's been here since 1982, which is kind of impressive. This is the replica of the Liberty Bell. There's 52 others, and the original was made in 1776. This here is the Wisconsin State Constitution, and it was signed in 1848. This made it so that Wisconsin was the 30th state to become part of the USA. Some of the stone made out of the Capitol was actually from almost all over the world, and some of it is actually, the red granite is from Red Granite, Wisconsin, which is actually where near my family lives. There's also lots of fossils, and we're gonna try and find some. So come along with us. The starfish is on the north wing of the left stairs on the 4th step to the bottom. Let's go look for it. Do you guys see it? I see it. It's right here. It's a mini little starfish. That's pretty cool. There is a nautiloid in the north wing by the hearing room, so we're gonna go look for that one. So we found the nautiloid. It's this big thing, if you can see it. I'm trying to circle it, but it has like these lines. So that's what a nautiloid looks like. There's a snail in the west wing, otherwise called a gastropod, which I think is kind of interesting. Right in the west wing on the left staircase. Let's go look for it. It's right here. Wow, that was quite easy. It's right here. Looks a bit weird. So isn't it kind of neat that there's fossils built into the Capitol like all over the place? That's kind of interesting. So this was the master clock hidden in the basement, and it ran all 170 clocks using air in the whole entire Capitol building. So now we're in the assembly chambers room, and we're here by Old Abe. And the reason his name is Old Abe is because he was actually in the Civil War, and he was tied to a string so he could fly up really, really high. And his string actually got shot, and he could fly away, but he didn't. He stayed with the army in the war. And then he actually got shot again, but he only got shot by the wing, but it was at the very edge, so that it was only a few feathers. And so he also, when the Civil War was over, they actually put him in a cage at the Capitol so you could like see him and stuff like that. And then once he died, they stuffed him and they put him here. And his name is Old Abe because of Abe Lincoln was the president during the Civil War. So now we're talking about the ghost of the assembly, which is right above the badger. If you can see his hat and a bit of his shoulder and some of his hands. They actually painted over him because they wanted to replace him because he was a Civil War color soldier. And so they replaced him with the badger, and that's why you can only see little parts of him. That's why they call it the ghost of the assembly. This concludes my presentation. I hope you enjoyed the tour and learned a few new things about our capital in Wisconsin. Bye now.